the season debut of my fine friend and colleague, the one and only Bob Alvis. Bobby, it's been so long. How are you?
Season finale also,
Could
right?
be, yeah. It's a one-shot deal here. No, hopefully not. But you and I have plenty to talk about here as the junior varsity game wrapping up before the big boys take center stage. It is the Subway pregame show. Bob, Colonel's coming off a loss Wednesday night against Appomattox, 57-45, and you can sugarcoat it all you want. We'll talk to Troy Harris about it, but bottom line is the Colonels did not play well. Appomattox took full advantage in the victory.
And a lot of coaches always kind of want to get, they want to get that day in the gym, which Altavista did have, and then they want to get back on the horse. It's cliche, always tough to win on the road, no matter what the sport or if it's a non-district or a district game, whatever the case may be. And Altavista and Gretna has not beat Altavista in a good long while. So Hawks looking to break the spell tonight.
You and I discussed it's been since 2003 the last time the Hawks tasted victory against the Colonels. Gretna's had their own struggles this year. They're sitting at 1-8 at the moment. Colonels come in at 6-2, looking to bounce back from the loss. It's the Subway pregame show. Let's hear from the head coach himself, Mr. Troy Harris. He'll talk about Wednesday night's game, and he'll tell us a little bit more about what we can expect to see from the Gretna Hawks. It's Altavista, it's Gretna, it's a rivalry game, and you're going to hear every second of the action live on 105.5 KD Country.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Hello, this is Jerry Miley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. It's asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Compassionate Care Choices, Autumn Care, 24-hour skilled nursing, inpatient, outpatient, physical, occupational, and speech therapies. Autumn Care invites you to tour their facility in 2016, receiving the bronze quality by the American Healthcare Association. 5-star rating by Centers for Medicare, Medicaid Services. Autumn Care, a member of Sabre Healthcare Group, serving Altavista and surrounding areas since 1989.
For more than 103 years, we've offered special banking assistance to many nonprofit organizations. I'm Kathy Morgan with First National Bank, and we have a checking account just for nonprofits and faith-based organizations that has no minimum balance requirement and no monthly maintenance fee. We also specialize in offering financing when your group needs a loan. So come see us at First National Bank, and we'll provide your organization with an extraordinary customer experience. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns from Gretna High School. The Altavista Colonels in town to take on the Hawks. Speaking once again with the head coach of the Altavista Colonels, Mr. Troy Harris. And Coach Harris, as much as we don't want to bring it up, we got to talk about the last time out a few days ago against Appomattox. Not much went right for you guys. You attribute it to anything or just one of those nights? I mean, did your staff figure out any reason why that game happened?
Well, I mean, the easy excuse is that we hadn't practiced in 5 days, and we looked like we hadn't practiced in 5 days, which you give out credit to Appomattox because they hadn't either, but they looked like they were, hitting on all cylinders, like they'd been in the gym all week. So that's what I really pointed to that. And who knows what our guys were doing over those 5 days, just sitting at home, watching TV like everybody else because you can't get out. So it's just one of those things where we came out sluggish, and, we finally turned it around in the second half. We just ran out of time and ran out of energy.
Yeah, you did get some good things going in the second half. It seemed like Adams really stood out in that third quarter there. What was the message yesterday in practice when you got the guys back in? Did you dwell on it a bunch, or was it just time to move on to Gretna?
Yeah, we actually watched the first half of film. The message was you got to bring your A game every night. We win a lot of games here, and it's one of the reasons that we are You know, everybody comes in here with their A game and wants to knock us in the mouth. And if we don't respond, then we're in trouble because we're everybody's, you know, I called it the Super Bowl. And, you know, maybe we don't take everybody as seriously as everybody takes us. And it really caught us Wednesday night. We thought we were just going to walk in and keep winning because we were on a 6-game win streak. And Appomattox, to their credit, they showed us otherwise.
Well, we're on to the Gretna Hawks tonight. You got to look at them in the Christmas tournament when they were in town taking on Brookville. A scrappy team, looked to be much improved from last year. They've only won one ball game. They've been in a lot of close games. I'm sure you're going to have your team prepared tonight for the old rivalry game.
Oh, yeah. Anytime Altavista and Gretna get together, it's a big deal no matter what the record is. And, yeah, I think the loss Wednesday brought us back down to earth a little bit, and we're really locked in yesterday, really locked in today during our little shoot-around before we left. So, yeah, Gretna's definitely got our attention because, you know, once you lose on Wednesday, you can't really overlook the next opponent.
Well, another dynamic scoring threat tonight. You seem to face a lot of them. This time it's Malik Stone is weapon number one for them. Talk about him and the things you're going to try to do to shut him down.
Yeah, I've been coaching against him this has seemed like the 12th year now. He's been in school. Every year it's like, okay, Malik's got the ball in his hands. He's going to shoot it. He's going to do his thing with it. We have to stop him. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the night. So maybe since we were off school today, maybe he slept in or something. He's not feeling it too well. But I don't know. Yeah, but he's number one on the scouting report, and we've got him, you know, he's all we talked about, shoot around. We're going to bottle him up because if he goes off, then we'll be in for it, especially down there across the river.
Yeah, one final question for you here, Coach Harris. You get this long stretch now. I think it's like 8 of your next 12 are on the road. Is that a factor? Or you think with high school guys and as short travel distances, for the most part anyway, not much of anything to worry about?
I'm not sure it will be early. Ask me again in the middle of it, and We'll see what it is. Because, yeah, we've only had one away game all year. We're 6-2 with one away game at Nelson County. So we've been some home dogs here, and now we're going to be road warriors, and we really have to step up our game to steal a road game. Anytime in the dogwood, if you go on the road, you just got to hope and pray you can steal one because there's no easy out at any point.
Great stuff, Coach. We'll let you run. It's the Colonels. It's the Hawks. Tip off in about 15 minutes on 105.5 KD Country.
This game is brought to you by the proud supporters of the KD Country Sports Club.
El Cerrito. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas, it's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine, only El Cerrito can serve up.
The Medicine Shop, a full-service pharmacy on Main Street in Altavista, and carrying a complete line of Carolina boots.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
The Dairy Freeze, hot dogs, burgers, fries, and of course, ice cream. Do it right at the Freeze on Main Street.
Radio Shack and Crystal Bay Pools, serving your area since 1989 for swimming pool installations, chemicals, liners, and more.
Tonight's game brought to you by the KD Country Sports Club on 105.5.
Whatever your truck, car, SUV needs are, Highview Motors GMC has it all, from small to tall. New to pre-owned, offering more than just GMC sales. Highview Motors GMC provides 24-hour towing, full-service body shop, state inspection, transmissions, everything in between. Highview Motors GMC, providing top-quality service since 1961.
From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors GMC.
The Altavista Office of Economic Development invites you to come find one of a kind with Altavista's unique shops, stores, and restaurants waiting for you. Personal service from local businesses. Jumpstart your business with the Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow with a variety of business loans available and supporting the Altavista Colonels basketball team. Good luck on another winning season.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
We return to Gretna High School. I'm Kyle. He's Bob. It's 54 years of outstanding sports coverage on KD Country. And, gosh, you've been playing this Altavista Gretna game for a long time, Bobby. It's always been a fun rivalry. But as you pointed out and we touched on, Gretna has just struggled against Altavista. It's not to say they haven't had some good seasons in basketball, but they just haven't been able to get a win against the Colonels in, gosh, about 14 or 15 years now.
My daughters weren't even born.
That's crazy.
And they're 9 and 10 now, so you can do the math. I mean, it's been a while. You know what a historical fan I am. That year, the Hawks knocked off Altavista 3 times. It was Altavista's only 3 losses when they won the state title, the boys and girls, back-to-back in Richmond. I think it was the first year they were at PCU back then, actually also. One of the first.
Yeah, it sounds right. They used to play the games at LU.
Right. Well, the girls were in the fall.
Right.
And the boys were in the winter. So it's been a while, but Gretna doesn't want to talk about history. They want to talk about the present, and they want to spring the upset tonight.
That's right, and that's something that I've made the case, that the players on the court aren't really thinking about the last 13 or 14 years. Shouldn't be anyway. Before we talk more about the Hawks and the Colonels, let's talk about Subway some, shall we? Because never a bad reason to discuss Subway. 2 great locations in Altavista, Main Street, and also inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. For me today, Bob, went with the rotisserie chicken. Had some Swiss on there, toasted. It was very good. Our sound engineer, Katie, went with her usual, the salad with rotisserie chicken. And you have a cold cut combo waiting for you in the car, right? Or was it a Subway Club?
I think it was a cold cut.
It was a cold cut combo?
If the order to the delivery guy was right, it's a cold cut combo. You know my thing. The only wrong choice is not opening the door at Subway. You can eat healthy if you want to tempt fate a little bit and use your cheat day. They got stuff that you can do that with too. But I mean, it's a lot of good meals at Subway. You can mix it, you can match it, you can go a 6-inch, you can go a foot long, you can get the pizza, flatbread. I mean, they've got enough choice of the bread that would make people blush.
They really do. The options are seemingly endless, and that's the great thing about Subway. Great customer service. As always, we urge you to stop by. Another quick timeout here on the Subway pregame show. We'll collect our thoughts. We'll talk a little bit more about the Colonels the last time out and tell you what's been happening with the Gretna Hawks this year as well. It's the Colonels and the Hawks set to tip off in less than 20 minutes, and you'll hear it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
841-1580. That's the number to know this winter when your heat pump is in trouble. D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling is the name to know for all your heating and air issues. Call 841-1580 to get Donnie and his team to your house or business fast. 841-1580. That's 434-841-1580. D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling. The name to know this winter. The number to know, 841-1580.
PCM Industrial of Altavista offers mobile welding and repair services, fully equipped service trucks, certified craftsmen, and quick response to satisfy your needs. Contact PCM Industrial at powerconstruction.com. PCM Industrial is a fully insured Class A licensed contractor, OSHA and MSHA compliant. PCM Industrial Services of Altavista wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista Colonels basketball team good luck in another winning season.
Napa know-how.
When you grab a pair of Bosch Evolution Beam wiper blades, now $10 off at Napa, you'll have the confidence to tell Mother Nature to bring it. Because with Bosch Evolution wiper blades, now $10 off when you buy a pair, you'll show the weather who's really the boss. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 2/28/17.
Brought to you by Napa of Altavista.
You can buy paint from any old yahoo who knows nothing about paint in one of those big box stores. For quality paint from people who really know paint, it's Davis Paints from your complete home center, English's. Davis Paints, which has been known for quality since 1921, is not just sold anywhere. Visit the new paint room at English's, your authorized Davis Paint dealer.
English's is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show rolls on here from Gretna High School. Also, Bob, the 350 sub of the day is the tuna. I've made a point to try and mix up my orders a lot here lately. I think I'm going to go to tuna at some point next week. I'm a tuna fish fan.
I was talking with somebody the other day. I think, by the way, about Subway, I think you could mix and match the combos to where it could be like Oregon's uniforms. Yeah. I mean, you literally could mix the sandwiches and the bread that much to where
and the
you could probably go 365 and not have the same. I've never had the tuna.
I think you might
Never.
want to get it on.
I don't think I've ever had tuna, period, honestly.
Oh,
I'm not
please.
A tuna guy.
That can't be true.
How
do you know?
I had it in a casserole at one point, but I'm not a tuna like where I've had it out of the can. So
I'm just going to move on. Back to basketball after
Please.
that. Colonels lose to Appomattox 57-45 on Wednesday. Bob, it was a game that Altavista led 8-4 at one point, but after that, it was all Appomattox all the time. The two-headed monster that was Devin Dews and Devon Graves really took it to the Colonels. The rest of the Raiders weren't bad either, and Altavista just struggled to get back in it. You heard from Coach Harris there. He said, watch the first half with the guys, but just thought they were flat, no energy, lackadaisical, all those sorts of expressions that a coach might use to describe a performance like that, and hopes that it's all in the past.
Appomattox, of course, got the late start from another successful football season, and a lot of people say winning can get contagious if you carry it from one sport to another. But Altavista, and one thing Coach Harris brought up, we didn't have a lot of practice. Well, neither did anybody else, so everybody was on the same playing field on that one. Colonel's got a game under their belt, though, which is a good thing, because not everybody can say that as you head into Friday night action. So at least the Colonels have got one under their belt, which is probably better than having maybe the two practices, to be honest.
Well, and that's the case that the Gretna Hawks are dealing with right now. Hawks have not played a ball game since last year, December 28th. So it's a full 15 days, I think, since Gretna has been in game action. Now, of course, they've practiced some since. They missed some time for the snow, just like everybody did. But it's been a while for Gretna. They lost to Bluestone back on December 28th. We saw the Hawks in action against Brookville in the Jeff Koch Memorial Invitational. That was a loss to the Bees, 63-47. Gretna's got the one win this year, Bob, against William Campbell. They've had a couple close games. They lost to Patrick County by 3, a game they were up with a minute to go. They lost another tight win to Patrick County, and they lost in overtime earlier in the season to Tunstall. So it's probably not the team that fans remember from the past couple years for Gretna. This is a team with some life and a dangerous ball club.
Last year, no wins. This year, 1 win. So they've already improved the win total by 100%. I think this Gretna team is hungry. It's like we mentioned. They don't care about the recent history. That's like reading about Jefferson and Washington in the history books. For them, most of these kids were about 3 last time when Gretna won. But the Hawks definitely looking to get on the good side tonight. Colonels want to get a bad taste out of their mouth. I think that's so vital that they really want to get that taste out.
I think so. Last thing Altavista wants right now is a losing streak. Another timeout here on the Subway pregame show. I'm Kyle. He's Bob. We're having fun. Hope you are too. Appreciate you joining the party on a Friday night. It's Altavista and Gretna. Set to lock horns here in less than 14 minutes. You're going to hear it live on 105.5 KD Country.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-inch sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle of Feller's and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Altavista and Gretna still warming up in the pregame show here, brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh at 2 locations in town, Main Street and also inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. I'm Kyle Hoehne. With me tonight, it's not Agent Zero, it's the human filibuster, Bob Alvis. He gave me that nickname right there in the commercial break. That's how we operate. It's fly by the seat of our pants. Bobby, you haven't seen the Colonels or the Hawks yet this year, but you've been watching some high school basketball, and I know you've always got your finger on the pulse of what's happening in Central Virginia sports. I think the Colonels are still one of the better ball clubs around, but I think we've seen that they're not good enough to where they can just take a night off, especially against a team like Appomattox, a talented ball club like that. And I think Coach Troy Harris has probably sent that message and made it pretty clear to his ball club. The free throws, particularly woeful for Altavista. You and I hadn't talked about this yet. Colonels were 9 of 30 from the free throw line against Appomattox. You lose the ball game 57-45, so you do the math right there. I mean, you can't expect to hit every free throw, but you might expect to at least be 50 or 60%, right?
I think 50% is a must. 70% is good. Anything above 70 is satisfactory as well. But I mean, you need to be, I think, at least in the 70 range to have a successful night on it by your coach's standards. You know, a lot of people have talked to me about Altavista this year, and I think a lot of people got caught by seeing that first score of the Brookville game.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought, wow, is Altavista down? And I talked to Chris Glaze, the assistant for Brookville and head baseball coach, and he said, I told people, don't let that score deceive you. We caught them at a good time. It was their first game of the year. This is not a bad ball club, and Altavista's made some people pay for overlooking. But I don't think Altavista's in the business to where they can overlook right now either. Last year was It was a great run. We've got some new folks on. You know, even if it's not new folks, it's folks that are maybe newer to the course. Didn't get as much playing time last year. Didn't see those fourth quarter situations. Roles have changed, and you know, at what point do you kind of got? I mean, roles are roles at this point. You can't use that as a crutch.
Yeah, Coach Harris mentioned that to me, and I believe it was actually before the Wednesday game. He said, you know, we got a little bit of a late start because of football too, but it's pretty much at the point where we can't use that as an excuse anymore. We're so far into the season now. We've had a lot of good time in the practice gym and plenty of minutes in games as well. And, you know, the Colonels have beaten some great ball clubs this year too. They beat Chatham, who only had one loss at that point. They knocked off a 4A team in the Amherst Lancers. They beat Russburg. So it's a Colonel ball club that can really match up well and can really win a lot of ball games. Just a little misstep on Wednesday night against a very good Appomattox team. Let's talk some more about the Hawks here for a moment. Weapon and option 1A and possibly 1B and 1C for Gretna, Bob, is number 1, Malik Stone. He went for 25 last year in game 1 against Altavista. I believe assistant coach Cole Simpson for Gretna told me that Stone has been over the 20-point mark 4 times already this season. He's a dynamic scoring threat because he can beat you inside, he can beat you outside. He's a great defender, too. He's a really total package, even though he's not the biggest guy on the court.
And Brian Chitwood in his first season got a lot of young blood on the Gretna Hawks team. Only 3 seniors with Stone. But that shows, I think when you get a new coach, too, coming in, who, if I'm not mistaken, was not here, period,
right,
last year in the basketball landscape. When you get a new coach, everybody's slate is clean. So, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, they don't want to know anything. Let them judge for themselves, and they're going to make the best with what they've got. And obviously, it's still a work in progress, but 1 win. That's one more than they tasted last year. And I think the taste of victory is it's a taste you got to get used to, but when you get it, you want more of it.
Yeah, and they've had some close losses, too. Some games, you know, a play here or there or a shot goes in here or there. They'll have a victory in those as well. So the Hawks certainly dangerous tonight. Colonels certainly capable of handling that danger, but we'll see how it all plays out. We've got tip-off in about 7.5 minutes. It's the Altavista Colonels. It's the Gretna Hawks. It's the old rivalry renewed. We're going to see it right before our eyes here. Hope you enjoy your ringside seat on 105.5 KD Country.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Brought to you by English Construction Company, with offices in Lynchburg.
Hello, this is Jerry Miley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. Asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Compassionate Care Choices, Autumn Care, 24-hour skilled nursing, inpatient, outpatient, physical, occupational, and speech therapies. Autumn Care invites you to tour their facility in 2016, receiving the Bronze Quality by the American Healthcare Association, 5-star rating by Centers for Medicare, Medicaid Services. Autumn Care, a member of Sabre Healthcare Group, serving Altavista and surrounding areas since 1989.
This is 100% convenient mobile banking with local First National Bank.
With our First Snap mobile app, you can securely check balances, make deposits, pay bills, transfer money, and much more.
It's easy to use, and we even have a video demo on our website at firstnatbk.com.
And it's free, so search First Snap mobile app and download it for free today.
Remember, banking from anywhere, anytime will help you bring home more bacon.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show continues from Gretna High School. Gym's filling up nicely. It's about, 90% full over there on the side opposite from Bob and I. Over here on the home side, more like 75% full. They've got a pep band here at Gretna this year. Bob?
Bob, yeah.
I never completed the word Oscar.
It was coming out.
Yet.
Remember the glory days when you had to be here at 5?
Oh, yeah.
To get in the building?
Yeah.
I mean, fire marshals were alerted. I mean, it used to be back in the days when they had the crow's nest here, and they still have it. But
we don't go up there anymore.
We don't go up there anymore, thankfully. But, I mean, it was the crawl, get to know the top row up close and personal, because you're crawling across 10 people. Times have changed, but the names on the front of the uniforms have not. Altavista Gretna is still a border war, separated by, 10, 15 minutes?
Something like that, less than that.
5 if they drive like you.
Jump in the old helicopter and get down there. Yeah, I mean, you think about communities like Hurt up there right on the border of Pittsylvania County. Those people are closer to Altavista High School than they are Gretna. But, so much intermingling between the two communities. People work together. People go to church together. Families. Uncles, cousins, those kinds of things. So it is neat when these two teams get together, and it has been a heated rivalry at times, and then other times it's been more of a friendly rivalry, and we'll see what happens tonight. I'm excited, though, and I think the crowd is, too. Let me make a point about crawling up there in the crow's nest like you talked about. We're a little bit older now. I'm not sure we could do that anymore. We used to be a little more flexible
I've
back
gotten,
then.
to the point where I run, but my climbing skills have not improved.
You're not climbing.
But, I was going to say, people don't celebrate the 54th anniversary as much as they do. But if we did a top 10 games in the 54 years of KD Country,
how many of them would be?
How many of them are Altavista Gretna? In multiple sports, honestly, basketball and football. I think since you and I have been doing this together, and it's been a long time. This is like us Beatles reuniting tonight.
Yeah.
But Altavista and Gretna have got a lot on our. It's kind of gone in cycles with a lot of people. I mean, at one point Altavista had Nelson, when Nelson had Haxel and Crawford, and then even when Thomas Brown was back, they've had their battles with Appomattox, but they've gone up and down. Chatham has gone up and down. Dan River has gotten up and pretty much stayed up for a while.
Yeah.
But Gretna has always been there, and even when Altavista has been beating them consistently, it's still been a game that I think people have always wanted to watch just because it's Altavista Gretna. we're both Forest grads, so it's kind of like that J.F. Brookville thing.
Yeah,
for them.
And it has been a constant rivalry, and they still do one of those Altavista Gretna alumni games. That's fun. I think you and I used to joke about we should come broadcast those one night. It'd be pretty cool, or maybe they even do it during the day. But we digress a little bit here. We're having fun in the Subway pregame show. We're getting ready to tip off between Altavista and Gretna. The Colonels, go ahead.
I was going to say, you've seen the Colonels more than I have. What's the key to the game? Where do they have to establish dominance early?
I was just thinking about that. I think Altavista needs to get back to rebounding the way they were early in the season. Interestingly enough, they lost the rebounding battle against Rustburg and Appomattox. Didn't really play well against Rustburg, but got a victory in overtime. Didn't play well against Appomattox and got beat. And I think maybe it starts on the glass. The Colonels, up to that point, Bob, had been very dominant on the rebounding side of things, but the last two games, not as much. And I can imagine that was a point of emphasis for Coach Harris and his coaching staff in the practice that they had yesterday and the pregame shoot-around that they had today. I bet rebounding was talked about. For Gretna, I think, it's kind of the same MO as any time a team's trying to pull an upset, Bob. I think you gotta stay in the game. You got to make it feel like you can pull off the upset. If you fall down 15 or 20 points, it's hard to dig out of that hole. But if they can get up on Altavista or at least hang with the Colonels, I think the Gretna Hawks will have some life, and they'll start to believe.
When you see Altavista come to town, it's still like the Yankees. It's still like the Patriots. It's still like Alabama. You get the best shot. And Altavista's got to be cognizant of that tonight.
You're absolutely right about that. Quick update on our schedule next week. They didn't reschedule any of those snowed-out games for next week, so it's just Dan River at home Tuesday taking on the Colonels, and then Altavista will be on the road for a rematch against Rustburg on Friday. So some heavy hitters here in this stretch for sure, and I think you can throw the Hawks in there simply if nothing else because it is a rivalry game. I'm Kyle. He's Bob. Katie's our sound engineer. Throw out a few shout-outs here as we'll wait and see when they're going to play the national anthem. But I know our good buddy Danny Barber listening on Broad Street. Faye Dalton is listening. She's become a big Colonel fan. She always has been. Don't see our good friends Glenn and Linda Miller in the audience, so they're probably tuned in tonight. And more shout-outs for sure. Mike Kinlaw, folks like that probably tuned in.
I got a couple as well.
Yeah, I want to hear some of yours.
My man Travis Kerr in Appomattox says he always listens when I'm on. He's a Redskins fan. He's got two coordinators.
He can listen when I'm on, too.
We haven't met y'all yet.
Okay.
So then Josh Brown.
Josh
Brown giving me grief because my link is wrong.
Wow.
But he is such a smart guy. He figured it out. It's no matter what. And my link was not wrong. I just spaced between KD and Country.
It's kdcountry.com, no spaces. Or, Josh, go download the brand new KD Country app. It's available for Android and iPhone. If you don't do it, I'll have to hit you with a lightning bolt or a fireball. That's a little inside joke there for Josh Brown. Josh Brown actually worked a game with me in Gretna a few years ago.
I remember.
So he's got some color commentary experience. They've announced the Altavista starting lineup. Get ready to give us the...
And look how good I am.
Started.
I'm downloading the app right
Bob
now.
is downloading the app right now, so why aren't you? Let's take one more quick time out here for the starting lineups, the national anthem, and we'll be ready for tip-off in just a moment between the Gretna Hawks and the Altavista Colonels. It's less than 2 minutes away. You're going to hear it live on 105.5 KD Country.
Whatever your truck, car, SUV needs are, Have-You Motors GMC has it all from small to tall. New to pre-owned, offering more than just GMC sales. Have-You Motors GMC provides 24-hour towing, full-service body shop, state inspection, transmissions, everything in between. Have-You Motors GMC, providing top-quality service since 1961.
From small to tall, we got it all. Have-You Motors GMC.
The Altavista Office of Economic Development invites you to come find one of a kind with Altavista's unique shops, stores, and restaurants waiting for you. Personal service from local businesses. Jumpstart your business with the Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow with a variety of business loans available and supporting the Altavista Colonels basketball team. Good luck on another winning season.
841-1580. That's the number to know this winter when your heat pump is in trouble. D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling is the name to know for all your heating and air issues. Call 841-1580 to get Donnie and his team to your house or business fast. 841-1580. That's 434-841-1580. D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling. The name to know this winter. The number to know, 841-1580.
PCM Industrial of Altavista offers mobile welding and repair services, fully equipped service trucks, certified craftsmen, and quick response to satisfy your needs. Contact PCM Industrial at powerconstruction.com. PCM Industrial is a fully insured Class A licensed contractor, OSHA and MSHA compliant. PCM Industrial Services of Altavista wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista Colonels basketball team good luck in another winning season.
Napa know-how. You can start a car with a bad taillight or a busted radio, but a bad battery, you're going nowhere. So go with the Napa Legend battery, now with up to a $20 prepaid Visa card by mail. $20 back and a battery you can trust. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 2/28/17.
Brought to you by Napa of Altavista.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show concludes here. Nice version of the national anthem from the Gretna Pep Band. They've got a pep band this year, sounding pretty good. Hawks are going to start. Number 1, Malik Stone. Number 4, Deshane Harris. Number 5, Dalen Miller. Number 20, Dominic Meeks. And number 25, DeJuan Hicks. For the Altavista Colonels, familiar starting lineup. It's number 3, Mateo Malbach. Number 4, Daquan Poindexter. Number 5, Chancellor Mormon. And number 30, Josh McClure. Also 15, Lawrence Galliard. I knew I was one fry short there. Number 15, Lawrence Galliard also starting. Colonels in the road black jerseys with the orange trim. Gretna in the home white with the gold and blue trim. Hawks win the tip, and we're underway from Gretna High School, Mr. Alvis.
Colonels are going to throw that man-to-man defense out at Gretna here early.
No doubt about it. Altavista went with some zone at a few points last year. Not much this year, though. I think it's been all man-to-man. Hawks working it inside. Meeks with a pass to the right corner. Now he gets it back in the low block. Found an open man, but the pass was errant. Stone had to recover it on the left wing. This is Harris driving in. Floater up. Nicked the front of the iron. Wouldn't go in. There's a block by Lawrence Galliard to send a second chance away. The basketball is going to go back to the Colonels here as the Hawks lost it on the far baseline.
Apple, Pinnell, and Womack are referees tonight.
Oh, very nice, Bob. And, you know, our dear friend and big-time KD Country fan, Erica Thomas, is tuned in. I've been telling her all about you. She's been waiting for your season debut. She's excited, and you've got big shoes to fill when you're talking about age 0, Oscar Briggs.
Erica, I'm sorry.
That's good. I'm glad you threw that out there early. Colonel's in a bit of trouble here in the corner right in front of Bob and I. McClure had to go on the ground, chase after a loose ball, then he threw it away. It was Dalen Miller that stepped in front of the pass. Now Altavista has it back at midcourt.
A little sloppiness early. I like McClure. Did not get rattled while on the floor.
Mormon driving, shoveled it up with the left hand, wouldn't go. McClure finishes a second chance try from right in front of the rim. It's a 2-0 Altavista lead early. Here comes full court man-to-man pressure for Altavista. Gretna breaks it with the dribble. Stone sprinting left to right across the timeline. Now he'll settle things down. Gretna looks like they're going to run some form of a set play here. Some screens away from the basketball as Mormon gets too much into the body of Malik Stone. You hear the whistles blow. That's a foul. Stopping play with 6:24 left in the first period.
Hate to get that foul 40-plus feet away from the basket on a reach.
I think most coaches would agree with you there, too. 6:20 left to play in the first quarter. It's presented by English's, your complete home center. It's a 2-0 Altavista lead. Meeks circles the defense left to right with a waist-high dribble. Basketball got kicked out of bounds by a couple Hawk teammates, so it's another turnover, Altavista basketball. We're courtside here tonight, Bob, which is never a bad place to be, but sometimes you have that PTSD when that player crashed into you from William and Mary down there.
Aaron Rohn.
Low post. It's not Aaron Rohn this time. It's Josh McClure, but he couldn't finish the short ranger, and the Hawks going the other way in a hurry. Stone couldn't convert from the left side of the hoop, maybe a little too fast in transition. Here comes the Colonels. They want to speed it up. Galliard was waylaid on his way to the basket, dropped to the deck, and he'll go to the free throw line now after the foul.
He'll be shooting, too, as he was in the act of shooting, like Kyle mentioned. Foul is going to go against Dalen Miller. His first one against the Hawks comes with 5 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the opening frame. 2-0 visitors.
Bob, Christmas has come and gone. I noticed you didn't get me anything for the holiday. Let me remind you that English's, your complete home center, is your official home for Carhartt apparel for men. It's cold outside. I could use some of that Carhartt gear.
At first, when you said, Bob, Christmas has come and gone, I'm like, did I miss a coaching change?
No.
Head man at JF football. We talked to Cole Simpson earlier, Gretna football coach. He's on the bench for the basketball squad as well.
Yes, he is. Jumper up and too strong from DeJuan Hicks. That will not go down. Gretna still has not cracked the scoreboard. It's a 2-0 Altavista lead. Galliard missed both the free throws. Colonel's free throw woes continue. There's a nice little floater up from 10 feet from the hand of Chancellor Mormon. Count that one. It's a 4-0 Altavista lead.
Colonels are getting too many easy looks on the glass, too. When Gretna's shooting, it's one shot and then nothing around the glass for the guys in the white uniforms with Hawks written above the numeral. Numeral is centered beneath.
Galliard steps up to guard Miller. Pardon me, that's DeShane Harris. He had the ball, now got rid of it with a chest pass to the left wing. Found Hicks. Hicks got by McClure momentarily, but then took too many steps. It's a travel and a turnover. One substitute into the ball game early is Jacob Adams, number 1 for Altavista.
Have you been consistently still doing the uniform description?
Not as well as you.
Well, I would like to think even when I'm not here with you, I'm here in spirit.
You are. You always are.
With the uniform description.
And I think you're the best in the business at it. But, yes, I have been trying to, and I even do it sometimes occasionally throughout the game. The Colonels clad in the road black jerseys with the orange trim. It's a very good look. McClure gets the ball, pops out after a screen. Now he goes in the right corner to Poindexter. Poindexter driving, trying to get in the lane, got the edge and was stripped of the basketball. Jump ball tie up as Adams and Galliard scamper on the floor to get to the loose ball. They tied up Dalen Miller from Gretna.
Almost looked like they tied up each other for a moment.
Yeah, it did, really. Galliard, nice move. He altered the shot in the air and went around the defender. 6-0 Altavista after the Lawrence Galliard bucket. Hawks in transition. That shot swatted away by Galliard. Here comes Poindexter down the left side of the lane. Leaner won't go. Malbach's follow won't go, but the second try will go. Mateo Malbach with the stick-to-itiveness followed his shot because it came right back to him. 8-0. Altavista on top, pinching a shutout for the moment. High-pressure double team on the far sideline has Gretna in trouble. Brings the Colonel crowd to life some, too.
The three-man trap right there with one of the men being stationary, being the sideline, right in front of the Altavista bench. Hawks have got to figure out a way to get on the boards, offensively and defensively, because one shot and done, and then 2 or 3 for the Colonels is not going to make Brian Chitwood a happy camper.
Good point, Mr. Alvis. Adams guarding Stone at the moment. Stone tried to dribble by him with the left hand. Instead passed up to Meeks. Meeks' his jumper too strong. There's an offensive board for the Gretna Hawks. Miller back to Stone. Stone, the floater, will not fall. Galliard with the rebound, tied up momentarily. He alleviates the pressure off to Poindexter. Poindexter skips into the front court. Now it's over left wing to Adams. Adams' three-point try wouldn't fall. This ball is loose. Going to have to get saved in by the Hawks. Saved in again by the Hawks. Good hustle there. Now they're able to settle themselves just a little bit. Into the ball game now is Corlin Witcher for Gretna. Also into the game, Lance Bain for Altavista. Interesting story with Bain, Bob, is the fact that he played for Gretna last year and had a pretty good game against Altavista both times. Bain guarding Hicks at the moment. Now Hicks tries to dump it down low, and that ball skips out of bounds. Another turnover for the Hawks. Too many of those so far, Mr. Alvis.
McClure checks back in for the Colonels. I'm a staunch believer in the game is not won in the first quarter. I'm pretty well-versed that it's not lost in the first quarter either. However, you do not want to be digging a big hole against Altavista.
3:10 left to play in the aforementioned first quarter. Bain's going to step into a three-point try. A little too strong. High rebound collected outside the paint by Corlin Witcher. Malik Stone will bring it up for the Hawks on the far sideline. Now he gets between the circles. Overhead pass to Meeks. Meeks dumped it down low to Dalen Miller, but he couldn't find any open space. And it's back out up top near half court to Malik Stone. 2:47 left to play in the first period. It's an 8-0 Altavista lead. Brian Chitwood barking at the officials about something he didn't like, and right on cue, one of the refs calls a foul about something.
I think he was barking at his own player there for a moment.
Could be. Chancellor Mormon into the ball game now. He joins Adams, Poindexter, McClure, and Bain for the Altavista Colonels.
Foul win against Jacob Adams, his first, team second.
It's 8-0, the Altavista advantage. 2:35 left to play in the Englishes, your complete home center. First quarter. Brian Chipwood wanted a timeout. I think he wanted one for a while. That might have been what he was barking at the official about. We'll take the timeout, too. It's an 8-0 Altavista lead. Just over 2.5 to play in the first quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
English is
so much more.
English is
more than a hardware store.
English is.
My friends may call me the perfectionist, but at English's Building Supply, my neighborhood Davis paint dealer, they greet me by name. You see, I like to get things done exactly right, especially when it comes to my many painting projects. So I'm at English's Building Supply a lot, whether it's mixing the perfect Davis paint for my project or offering great incentives. They do business just the way I like it, perfectly. English's on North Main Street, Altavista.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Altavista 8, Gretna 0. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He is Bob Alvis. 2:32 left to play in the first, Bobo.
Something got under Brian Chitwood's skin to make him call that timeout, I think. I don't know if it was a personnel issue or if it was an issue with the call or whatnot, but he did get a little fire in him there for a moment. 2.5 to go. I think this timeout can also be productive for Gretna in terms of, I haven't seen Gretna really take that many bad shots. I think shot selection is fine, a few errant passes, but if I'm the Hawks, you've got to get on that glass.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, Altavista has done a good job boxing out, but it does seem like the Hawks could make more of an effort to attack the backboard when the shot does go up. It's Gretna basketball out of the timeout. Meeks nearly lost it. He's swallowed up over there on the far sideline by Mormon. Chancellor Mormon was doing a number on him, and then as the ball got knocked out, Mormon was clapping and applauding his own effort.
Well, and it's not just the rebounding and crashing the glass. It's just being knowledgeable on the weak side, strong side, where that shot goes up from.
Yeah, that awareness is important. Reading the ball as it comes off the rim is part of it, too. Stone got by Adams. Up and under layup will not fall. McClure had to muscle his way to a rebound. Then he fakes the pass. Now does finally give it up. Poindexter's going to jog it across the timeline with 2:02 left to play in the first. McClure has it low post. Extra pass to Mormon, bounced off of him. McClure got it back and then was fouled. Shot does not fall. It'll stop play with 1:58 left in the first. Josh McClure is going to shoot 2 free throws.
Foul is against Cortland Witcher.
First quarter, again, brought to you by English's, your complete home center, North Main Street in Altavista. Colonels are shooting 57% as a team. Of course, that percentage was higher before the game against Appomattox on Wednesday. McClure shooting at a 46% pace from the free throw line. McClure, of course, a first-team All-State performer last year, Conference 44 Player of the Year. That free throw was short, would not go in. The lead will stay at 8-0 for Altavista. Nice one-handed bounce pass by Meeks, and then Witcher can't finish down low. The crowd in disbelief there. The pass was spot on from Dominic Meeks, the freshman, down low to find Cortland Witcher, another freshman. That speaks to that youth movement you were talking about, Bob.
Well, and with a youth movement, sometimes you have a bump in the road here or there, but I think long-term it works out for you. Chancellor Mormon thought he was coming out. Now he's just going to inbound the basketball on the sidelines. It's Mormon, McClure, Galliard, Malbeck, and Jacob Adams, I believe, on the floor. His Galliard slips and falls, but he was assisted. Foul's going to go against Gretna. They're third as a team.
Looked like it was number 5, Dalen Miller. It was. It's his second. He's another freshman. I mean, you think about 3 freshmen on the court right now for Gretna. 1 senior in Malik Stone, then Deshane, 2 seniors, because Deshane Harris is out there.
Some people would say I don't like 3 freshmen on the floor at the same time. I do.
I think you're going to like it in a couple of years,
exactly.
Aren't you? Because they're going to be so experienced by then. Galliard in trouble at the free throw line. 1 dribble to get out of it, then pass. Now it's back to Galliard. Nice little 3-man game there between Galliard, McClure, and Mormon. But Lawrence Galliard took 1 too many steps as he was making a beeline to the basket. It's a traveling violation.
You can do that in the association, not in the VHSL. And see, what I like, too, Brian Chitwood actually coaching his guys on the bench as they come out. A lot of times you won't see that, but it's really teaching moments here as well.
Cortland Witcher had a chance for a moment, but McClure just ate him up. That'll stop play after McClure is fouled. Yeah. McClure was trying to make a dribble breakout after his own block. Colonels will inbound on the far sideline. Hope to have some updates from the girls' game in Gretna. Lady Hawks have a good team this year.
Very good
nice
team.
Ball game between them and the Lady Colonels. We've got 1:17 left in the first quarter here. It's an 8-0 lead for Altavista, but Bob, Colonels haven't scored in a little while.
No, it's been a drought.
Looks like they're going to run a set play here. Ball back will dribble right. Now passes between the circles to Galliard. They set up Poindexter for a three. It was online, but a bit too strong. Rebound tracked down on the far sideline by Stone. He angles to the middle. Going to the hoop. Got to the left side. Fouled. It went in and out, but would not fall. And the Hawks are going to have their best chance to score points here in this first quarter. It's going to come on the free throw line here. Malik Stone will shoot 2 of them with 59 seconds left to play in the first. Altavista but won both games last year, Bob. 71-55 in Altavista and then 57-43 down here against Gretna. Stone had 12 in the second game, 25 in the first. He misses the first free throw here. Bends the knees. He wears the sleeve on the left arm, a la, I guess Allen Iverson was the first guy that really started doing that. Now you pretty much half the league wears the arm sleeve now, so I can't really say who he looks like now. Mormon dribbling in between a couple defenders. The pass got knocked away by Stone. Lay-in try is good from Malik Stone. And now all of a sudden the Hawks have 3 and Malik Stone has 3.
40 seconds left. You've got to wonder if Altavista will just take the air out of the ball. As I say that, McClure gets loose and lays 2 in.
Came in from the left block. Absolutely. Baseline left. Got a free run to the backboard there and finished off the window. 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 10-3 Altavista. That was the Colonel's first points in a good little while. Stone's going to take some of the air out of the ball. Thigh-high dribble. Mormon's giving him about a 5-foot cushion. Circles left, makes a cross-court pass. It's down in the corner to Hicks. Now it's Witcher. Witcher in a bit of trouble. Mormon had him tied up. Pardon me, that was McClure. McClure took it away from him. 4 seconds left. McClure's across the timeline. Fires up a 35-footer. It was no good. Mormon tried to rebound it back in for 2, but that was after the buzzer had sounded. Altavista leads by 7, 10-3. Second quarter on the way. When you return to 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
More shout-outs at the Subway halftime show, I'm sure, or maybe even before then. Get on the KD Country Facebook page. KD Country's got a Twitter. Bob and I have a Twitter. Let us know you're tuned in. We'll talk about you. The Colonels feeling okay about themselves right now, Bob. 10-3. They're in charge. They had about a 3-minute scoring drought there, it seemed like, where they didn't score. Thankfully, the defense held them up. Malik Stone has all 3 for the Gretna Hawks. I'm sure Coach Brian Chitwood for Gretna would like to find some more consistent scoring threats other than just Stone.
I think if you're the Colonels, you've got to be really pleased, especially with the defensive effort. I mean, it's not been bad shooting that's gotten the Hawks in that hole. I think it's been a lot of good Altavista defense.
I would agree. Altavista rebounding, too, as you and I have both touched on at various points there in the first quarter. Second quarter about to get underway. Gretna will start with the basketball. It's brought to you by English's, your complete home center, and your home for Davis Paint. Davis Paint, made in the United States since 1918. Stop by English's on North Main Street. Winter, a great time for painting projects. Deshane Harris gets into the lane, bumps into Galliard, no call, plays through the contact, and scores. That's senior Deshane Harris for 2 for the Gretna Hawks. 10-5 is the Altavista lead now. Colonels will start the second quarter with Daquan Poindexter, Josh McClure, Mateo Malback, Chancellor Mormon, Lawrence Galliard. Mormon with the basketball now. He'll dribble away from trouble.
Remember, this was 8-0.
Yep.
This was 8-0 at one point.
The Hawks on a 5-2 run, I suppose, when you think about it like that. McClure saved the ball back inbounds. He bounced it off of Deshane Harris, so the Colonels will inbound underneath their own scoring basket. They bounce it into Malbeck. He'll get a rhythm three-pointer off, and he'll get it in. Mateo Malbeck gives the Colonels a 13-5 lead. So much for that Gretna mini run. Hawks into the front court quickly and in a hurry. Basketball poked around. It's scooped up by number 4, Deshane Harris. Harris calling for some teammates and some help. Now he does pitch it over to Dominic Meeks near midcourt. And there's a foul near midcourt. That'll stop play with 6:56 left in the half. Colonels on top, 13-5. Second foul there on Chancellor Mormon, Bob. Mormon is the Colonels' main lockdown defender. He's averaging about 2 steals per game, leading the team in that category. But he's saddled with 2 fouls now, and we may not see him again in the first half. At least maybe not till later on in the second quarter. What's your theory on that, putting guys on the bench when in foul trouble?
I think it depends on the player. It depends on how much you trust him. I trust Mateo Malbeck right there with the pickpocket.
From the backside there on number 20, Dominic Meeks. Then he and Meeks get tied up here in the corner about 5 feet in front of us. Malbeck asking perhaps was there a foul on the play.
Getting close to us.
It's very close.
Having a moment.
If we would shut up for a minute, we could probably hear what they're saying, which could be a good thing and a bad thing. Hopefully
it's either good or bad radio, depending on silence.
Right. But hopefully the language isn't too bad in high school. Malbeck trying an NBA range three. No good. McClure has the rebound. Stick-back try would not fall. Overshot the mark just a bit. 13-5. Colonel's lead will stay there. Travis Hogan will get it to go. Good transition basketball by the Hawks. Gosh, they got down to the rim in the blink of an eye, Bob.
Nice move with the left by Hogan. And 13-7, brother.
Colonels still lead at 13-7. It's a zone defense from Gretna. Colonels taking a little bit of time to try and pick it apart. Malbeck, a little half no look over here to the right wing and Adams. Now it's left wing. Poindexter was driving. He took too many steps there as he started his move to the basket. That's a turnover. Traquan Farmer into the ball game now for his first action, Bobo. He replaces Josh McClure.
I don't think the Colonels can afford to get in a lull when it seems like the Hawks are getting a little bit warmer. Hogan thought about a three, but moved the foot. And that'll be an infraction with 6:05 to go. Colonels up by 6.
Back-to-back traveling violations. You know, each crew, each official has different things that they sort of look at and call. I mean, obviously you call it by the letter of the law, but there's some things that some people might pay more attention or emphasis to. Basketball's on the ground. Farmer's trying to muscle his way through 3 Hawks.
3 seconds.
They called a 3-second violation. That's our first one of the season.
Really?
Haven't seen a 3-second call yet, Bobo.
Yeah, it's been a while. You mentioned, you know, I love when people say, well, it's not a foul if it's in the last 2 minutes of the game. Well, why not? If it's a foul in the first, you know, 30, it's not a foul in the last 2.
Sure, some referees say let him play there towards the end. Hogan throws up a wild one. He got bumped in the left shoulder by Traquan Farmer. Poindexter was in the area, though, as well. Yeah, they called him on Daquan Poindexter.
His second. Team foul number 5.
It's a 13-7 Altavista lead. It hasn't been pretty at times, but the Colonels are getting the job done at the moment. First free throw goes in by Travis Hogan. He's just a sophomore. More youth for Gretna, Bob. I mean, there's good things on the horizon.
Yeah, you know, and I think the thing about that, too, is if you're the coach, you really got to buy into your own philosophy. And what I mean by that is if a game gets tight and whatnot, or if a game gets out of hand, you can't sell out and abandon the philosophy that you're trying to build when you're building a program.
Good point.
You've been a first-year coach. I mean, you know about that.
Good point. You're absolutely right. 13-9. Hogan knocks down both free throws. The Colonels' lead has been cut into. Just a 4-point advantage at the moment. Galliard in the middle of the paint, 10 feet away from the basket. Had to get rid of the ball. He was triple-teamed for a moment. 5.5 left to play in the half. McClure catches right wing. Nice pass through some traffic to Farmer, but Traquan Farmer could not hold on. That's out of bounds. Few too many turnovers for Coach Harris's liking.
Tell you what, I don't know if Gretna saw those cookies that I had earlier on from Subway, but they have gotten hungry. Defensively and offensively, I think the Hawks' performance has definitely picked up.
Those chocolate chip cookies were good, weren't they? Save it for the Subway halftime show. Full court pressure here. McClure with a pickpocket steal on Hogan. He'll finish with the right hand. 15-9. Great steal by Josh McClure, and then capping it off with a nice layup. 5:10 left to play, and the English is your complete home center. Second quarter. Adams guarding Stone now. Stone works off of a screen from Deshane Harris. It's over to Travis Hogan, left wing. He'll drive with the right hand. Up and under, scoop, layup, falls. How about the razzle-dazzle finish from Travis Hogan?
What you gonna do? When Travis Mania runs wild on you, he's getting warm here in the second quarter. 15-11. This lead is now 4.
What a finish. First and second rows rose to their feet there at Gretna High School, and there is a good crowd. Lance Bain in trouble on the far sideline. Coach Harris is going to burn a timeout to save the possession. We'll take the timeout, too. It's 15-11. Altavista on top. Good ball game here. 4:38 left to play in the half on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle of Feller's and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Already seeing some excitement here from Gretna High School. The Colonels lead by 4, 15-11. It was an 8-0 early advantage for Altavista. Apparently, that's been trimmed. They lead by 4 now. It's Lawrence Galliard just outside the paint, right side, working in, double-teamed, in trouble. Dumps it off to Bain. Bain, power dribble, jump stop to the hoop, foul, count the basket. He's got a chance for a bingo +1. 17-11. Colonels on top, 6 now. Bain looking to extend that from the charity stripe.
Colonels really need to get a little bit more consistent, though, putting the ball in the hole. They are struggling here in the second quarter, Kyle.
Third foul for Dalen Miller. Not good news there for Brian Chitwood and his squad. You'll see Dalen Miller come out for a breather. DeJuan Hicks back in the game.
It just seems like the points are not coming in clusters, and I think Altavista needs a pseudo run of maybe 4 or 6 points together. I mean, they have scored 8 points in this quarter, but it does not feel like it.
It doesn't. They've been spaced out for sure. We're not even halfway through the quarter, though, so maybe we should factor that in there as well. Deshane Harris in a full head of steam with a crossover dribble, got stuck just inside the three-point line and took too many steps. Picked up the dribble.
I hate to go with the football adage here, but Gretna's had a better time of possession, I feel like, than Altavista in this quarter, and has gotten more quality looks off of it. The Colonels have turned it over a few times, but big three by Malbeck and then that three-point play by Bain the old-fashioned way.
I don't think it's a bad analogy by you. McClure, jump stop, pump fake, off the window and in. He is fouled. Now a chance for another three-point play. This might have been what you were talking about for the Colonels with a little run to extend things here. It's the second foul on Dominic Meeks. It's the 6th one on Gretna as a team.
Christian Gilbert checks in.
This is your first look at Christian Gilbert, his first action of the game. I think you'll like him, Bob. He's a spark plug off the bench. He's quick. He can shoot. He can score inside. McClure's free throw no good, but Galliard has a rebound. Saved it in, but it was controlled by DeJuan Hicks. Deshane Harris going to race it up the far sideline. Hogan couldn't convert from close range that time. Scramble for the rebound underneath. Bain had it for Altavista and was just bopped on the shoulder by Travis Hogan. That's a foul, and it's going to be a one-on-one situation for the very steady shooting Lance Bain. He leads the Colonels in free throw percentage, Bob, 91% from the line.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's up there. I can live with that if I'm Troy Harris.
I bet. Going to get a one-and-one here.
Hopefully you didn't jinx him.
Well, I probably did. First one's on the way. It's good. However, we have a lane violation. It was on Altavista. Wiped the free throw off the board. Now, here's the question. Does it go against Bain's percentage?
I think it does.
Gee whiz.
But I'm not 100% positive on that. We'll have to get somebody smarter than me, which is probably 3/4 of this building. Hogan
with another try, and Hogan nails the floater from 3 feet away. Gretna runs that transition offense with intent. You know, Hogan seems to go to that left side every time. That's the way it's designed. Bain lost the basketball, And just to clarify about what happened before that, Lance Bain made the free throw, but someone for Altavista entered the lane before the ball touched the rim, and that's a free throw lane violation. Colonels basketball in the front court here with 3:35 left to play in the half. It's a 7-point Altavista lead. Adams has got an open look for three, and out, no good. There's Bain with the rebound. Power dribble, went to the hoop, it got blocked away. Loose ball gathered by McClure on the far sideline. He passes into Gilbert. Gilbert hit on the right arm and shoulder by Travis Hogan. That's a foul. And now Christian Gilbert's going to go to the free throw line. Stopping play. 3:20 left to play in the second quarter.
Still 1-1 for the Colonels. And the thing I like about that on the Hawks is they're committing on-the-floor fouls between 7 and 9, which I think a lot of people don't take into consideration as much.
Free throw no good, but then tipped in by Galliard. It was nearly dunked in. He timed it up just about perfectly. 2 more points for Altavista, even though they missed the free throw. 22-13, Colonels on top by 9. 3:09 left to play in the half. Hogan with a hand-in-his-face three-pointer from the left wing. That won't fall, and the rebound just bounces harmlessly out of bounds on the far baseline. Bob and I are courtside here from Gretna. The Colonels are working left to right from our perspective, or north to south. We're kind of down here in the corner at Gretna High School.
There are 4 corners.
Yes, there are.
So if you're coming in the main entrance, we're just look horizontally down.
Galliard, right elbow, lost the ball. Jake Adams was able to pick it up for the Colonels. It's Adams, Malback, Galliard, Bain, and McClure on the court right now for Altavista. Hawks in the 2-3 zone. They've got Stone, Hogan, Harris, Meeks, and Hicks on the court. It's a steal by the Hawks. It ends up in the hands of Hicks. He's going to bring it up just left of center. Now a bounce pass to the far right sideline to Malik Stone. Hesitation move, push off jump shot. It won't fall, but he's fouled. Jake Adams got him into the body there. Adams arguing that it was indeed an offensive foul, but the officials do not agree with that assessment.
Adams has 2. That is team foul number 6. Malik Stone will go to the line to shoot a pair. The thing I like that Gretna's doing, and Altavista is so good at slowing the game down and the tempo down offensively, that a lot of teams can fall asleep. Gretna's not falling asleep in that area. I mean, Gretna's done some other things that maybe Brian Chitwood has not wanted to do, but I do not feel like they have fallen asleep when the Colonels have been slowing it down.
I agree. They're focused. They're full of energy, full of life. Stone knocks down both free throws. That cuts into the Colonels' lead. It's 22-15 Altavista now. An update. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say an update from the girls' game, Bob. Colonels are down 22-13 at halftime. Lady Hawks lead that one up at Altavista. Galliard in trouble. Bounce pass stolen away by Malik Stone. Good job by Stone to read the intentions of Gilbert and then step into the passing lane. Another crossover dribble from Stone. Got bodied up as he was heading towards the baseline, not really attacking the basket.
Tell you what, we talk about how good the former Dogwood district is in boys basketball, and year in, year out. Well, this girls district right now has got a lot of good teams. Gretna is very good. Chatham also very good. So the ladies are going to have their work cut out for them every night as well.
It's a competitive league for sure. Stone missed the front end of the 1-and-1 there. Malback hangs, fires from 16 feet just inside the three-point line. The shot's no good, but there's a foul afterwards. They got number 3, Mateo Malback, there on the foul. His
should be
first.
Shooting.
Yeah, he can't believe it. It is a shooting foul. Be interesting to see who walks to the free throw line for Gretna. It looks like Dewan Hicks is headed there. He is. Number 25 is a sophomore. Again, not to beat a dead horse here, Bob, but
I've been told I do it as well as anyone. So
there's a lot of young players for Gretna on the roster and on the court. Free throw from Hicks is no good. Rebound controlled by Altavista. Malback was going up the near sideline. He lost it. He thought he was fouled. Malback went to go inbound. He can't believe it. It's a Hawks basketball on the near sideline here. Mateo sort of incredulous, hands extended out at his side, saying, "What's the deal?"
Troy Harris is going to join him on the incredulous boat.
1:53 left to play in the half. 22-15. Altavista on top, but it hasn't been without a fight. Stone, quick move to the hoop. The floater never even drew iron, though. Rebounded by McClure. He's racking up the boards tonight. He'll bring it into the front court himself with a left-hand dribble. Now turns away, chest pass to Malbeck. He holds the ball over his head. No dribble yet. Finds Lance Bain in the corner right in front of us. 22-15, Altavista on top. 90 seconds to play in the half.
I wouldn't be surprised if Colonels tried to milk some a little bit. Ball deflected off Gretna. One of Pennsylvania County's finest will pick the ball up and hand it to the official. And the Colonels this time will inbound. Right in the opposite corner from where we are.
Yeah, it's along
the baseline, though.
It's on the baseline, but it's about as far on that baseline as you can get. Very close to the sideline.
Actually inbound it in the corner.
Exactly.
Literally.
Has to be on the sideline or the baseline. McClure hands it to Malbeck. Here comes Gilbert. Steps into a three. It's too strong. McClure pops the rebound to himself. The second chance try won't go. The third try won't go, but the fourth one will. McClure just padded his rebounding stats and added 2 more to his point total. Altavista now leading 24-15. 60 seconds to play in the second quarter. Here comes a move by Hicks. He lost the basketball. Colonels 3-on-2 fast break. McClure shovels out to Malbeck. Malbeck trying to return it to Josh McClure, but the pass was off the mark and out of bounds. 50.9 seconds left in the half, Bob. It's a 9-point Altavista lead.
And when I look over at Troy Harris, the man does not look thrilled. I think he's happy. Obviously, his team is up by 9, but I don't think he is overly excited. Colonels have played good enough to be up by 9.
Stone lost the ball for a moment and ended up in Shane Harris's hands. Galliard with the swat and the block.
That's
out of bounds.
If you're Colonels, if you're cheering for the orange and black, that's got to excite you. Galliard got up top. Down pass.
Oh, Stone from the impossible angle. Back was to the bucket. He threw it up there sort of casually and half-heartedly, but it went down. Malik Stone finding new ways to score every night.
I think he was trying to get contact as well.
Yeah.
Galliard is going to be whistled for traveling. Gretna could cut this to 4.
They could. And how many traveling violations is that tonight, Bob? It seems like the officials have been on enough for both coaches. Absolutely. Down to 15 seconds. Stone just going to baby it across midcourt. He wasn't even in a walk. He was in miniature steps there. Down to 7 seconds. Stone sees the clock. He's working to the hoop. That shot swatted away by Lance Bain. Galliard has it at the buzzer and was fouled. And he was in the act of shooting from 60 feet away. There's 0.3 seconds on the clock. Galliard's going to get 3 free throws. It was the right call, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Galliard clearly got hit on the forearm and the elbow there. It was a buzzer beater try from at least 55 feet, maybe 60 feet away.
Galliard, and that's something you have to deal with if you're dealing with the youth.
Sure. And sometimes even the older guys, although I don't think you're going to see a seasoned veteran like a Ray Allen or one of those guys commit that foul there.
I think that's a situation, too, to where, you can't – can you fault a kid for trying to make a play?
No,
you're trying to get the basketball. Galliard's doing what he's supposed to do, too, which is try to get something up towards the hoop with 0.9 or 0.3 left, pardon me.
Galliard sinks the second. Third on the way here, and this ball's live if it comes off. He sinks that one. 26-17. Gretna's got 0.3 seconds. Not even a shot attempt there to end the half. It's a 9-point Altavista lead. 26-17. Subway halftime show on the way. And you return to 105.5 KD Country.
Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-inch sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
This game is brought to you by the proud supporters of the Katy Country Sports Club.
El Cerrito. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only El Cerrito can serve up.
The Medicine Shop, a full-service pharmacy on Main Street in Altavista, and carrying a complete line of Carolina boots.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
The Dairy Freeze, hot dogs, burgers, fries, and of course, ice cream. Do it right at the Freeze on Main Street.
Radio Shack and Crystal Bay Pools, serving your area since 1989 for swimming pool installations, chemicals, liners, and more.
Tonight's game brought to you by the Katy Country Sports Club on 105.5.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Well, we're not in the press box. We're down here courtside at Gretna High School, enjoying the view so far. The Colonels on top, 26-17 over the Gretna Hawks. A pretty good battle there in the first half, Bob. Remember, Altavista sprung themselves out to the 8-0 lead. Then the Hawks really came to life. I mean, since then it's been back and forth. Obviously, Gretna not really able to cut into the deficit at all, but it has been back-and-forth basketball since then.
Absolutely. Colonels did get a little bit of a spurt offensively, but really their points have been so spaced out. If you look at that first quarter, I said you can't lose the game in the first quarter, and I still stick to that. But that second quarter was a 16-14 quarter. Altavista only won that quarter by 2. They're up by 9 for the game here in the first half. The Gretna girls, I believe I heard, are leading the Altavista ladies at halftime. Boys JV took a tough defeat to Gretna here in the opener tonight, and the Colonels are looking to avenge that here in our varsity contest.
It's the Subway halftime show. A shout out to our great friend Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs, and he informed us that a lane violation negates the attempt. So basically, Bain's average doesn't get hurt. It's like he didn't even attempt it.
So Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones came out with one of those flashy things and flashed us.
Yep, never even happened. Never happened. It's like a walk or a hit by a pitch in baseball. Doesn't affect your batting average. Thank you so much for that, Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs. Even when he's not here, he's working. It's perfect stuff.
I never do that.
Oh, occasionally you send us a little nugget or a tidbit here or there. 26-17, Altavista on top by 9. Subway halftime show continues right after this on 105.5 KD Country.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Hello, this is Jerry Miley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. Jackson, everybody, come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Compassionate Care Choices, Autumn Care, 24-hour skilled nursing, inpatient, outpatient, physical, occupational, and speech therapies. Autumn Care invites you to tour their facility. In 2016, receiving the Bronze Quality by the American Healthcare Association. 5-star rating by Centers for Medicare, Medicaid Services. Autumn Care, a member of Sabre Healthcare Group, serving Altavista and surrounding areas since 1989.
I'm Jeff Walker of First National Bank and the manager at our Main Street branch in Altavista. Did you know that local bankers have a lot more at stake in taking better care of you? You see, helping local customers like you be more successful is our only focus. And each customer is so important. So for your small business, construction, and personal loan needs, think of me and think of us first. That's local First National Bank. We'll help you bring home more bacon. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show returns from Gretna High School. It's the Altavista Colonels and the Gretna Hawks locking horns in the old rivalry game here from Gretna High School. I'm Kyle. He's Bob. Bob is busy sending out updates about our game at the moment, and we're so glad you've tuned in on a Friday night. Gosh, Bob, it's like all 4 seasons in 1 week. It was bitterly cold to start the week, and then it got warm. It felt like summertime out there today.
Then you'll get to see what winter feels like again tomorrow.
Absolutely. So, at least a cold fall, anyway.
Yeah, stick around Central Virginia. You'll get all 4 seasons in a week if you live here long enough. 26-17, Colonels leading the Hawks. I've got some halftime numbers. Kyle, do you want them now? Or
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Marinate on them. 10 points from Josh McClure. 2 points from Chancellor Mormon. 6 points from Lawrence Galliard. 5 points from Mateo Malbeck. And 3 points by Lance Bain for Gretna. Travis Hogan has 8. Malik Stone with 7. And Deshane Harris has 2. Hawks trail by 9, 26-17.
Stone's got 7, you said?
Yes, sir.
Feels like more than that to me. But what do I know?
I think you're. I don't think you're questioning my math.
No, not at all. I think he missed a few from the free throw line. He could easily have 10, and he got to the basket a few more times. I think that'll probably be. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, you got to remember, they only had 3 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, good.
They were all.
He had all 3.
Right.
Yeah, very, very, very good point by you. I think even though Stone has been somewhat quiet, at least by his standards, I think that was probably addressed in the halftime locker room by Coach Harris for the Colonels. We got to bottle him up. We got to keep Stone away from the basket as much as possible. It's not that Stone doesn't shoot the three-pointers well, but, you know, obviously your percentage is going to go up the closer you get to the basket. It's a proximity game, and hence the reason why you want to keep people out of the paint. Colonels have done a decent job getting in the paint. McClure's scored a bunch from inside there. He's leading them with 10. Subway halftime show almost wrapping up here. The 350 sub of the day is the tuna. Bob said he doesn't have much experience with tuna, but
that doesn't mean don't try it.
No, I know. I'm going to get it next time. I've been sticking with my plan to try different things. It's been fun. It's nice to expand the palate, if you will. I'm not very cultured, but I can try at least a little bit. Stop by Subway today, either location.
You know how people have personal shoppers?
Yeah.
I feel like we could be the personal sub. We're not going to fix it, but we'll just tell you what you need to get on it and win.
Yeah.
We can do that.
It's like a meal plan.
Right, exactly. My dear friend Rich Glover doing the scoreboard here at Gretna, of course. Not a lot of people have coached against their father in a game. When Rich was an assistant coach, I believe, at JF, his father, who's coached baseball at Heritage, they were on opposite sides. They helped coach a senior Legion team this year for Big Island.
How about that?
I got a bucket list item. I got a picture between the two Glovers.
Okay.
I called it a thorn between two Glovers.
Oh, boy, that's great. Subway halftime show is just about done here as we try and get the basketball party train back on the rails. Sometimes we do get derailed, but it's fun. Colonels lead by 9. What are you looking forward to or maybe looking for in the second half, Mr. Alvis?
Both sides?
You can take it one at a time if you want to.
Yeah, everybody's always made a great effort taking one thing at a time. If you're Altavista, I think you just got to keep putting points on the board. It's hard for Gretna to win if you're scoring more than they are. If you're Gretna, I think you got to figure out a way to get on the glass and keep those offensive spurts coming. If I'm Altavista, I want to win a quarter. I want to win every quarter, then you win the game. But if you're going to, I think you need to at least keep Gretna under 14 a quarter.
Yeah, Colonels are averaging 52.5 points a game as a team, so they're really not that far under that pace, just a half a percentage point or whatever. So, yeah, scoring-wise, Coach Harris probably feels okay with where he's at, although we've certainly seen the Colonels bust out to some high scores. They've had some lower scores, though, as well. Altavista going to start the third quarter with the basketball, inbounding on the near sideline. They'll score on the far basket. That's the left-hand basket on Bob and I's perspective here. We're courtside at Gretna High School, underway in the third quarter. Colonels clad in the road black jerseys, Gretna in the home whites with the blue and yellow trim. Loose ball gets picked up by Lawrence Galliard directly in front of the basket. He promptly deposits that for two, and Altavista's lead is up to double digits, 28-17.
If I'm Gretna, I want to get it to 6 as soon as possible and stay in that range. I think 7's always the danger number.
Hogan cutting to the basket, lost the ball. It was picked up by Malbeck. Brings it up to near sideline, angles right, kicks over to the right wing, and Poindexter. Poindexter tripped, fouled, shot went up, but they're going to say do not count the basket. He was fouled on the floor. Altavista will inbound underneath their own scoring basket.
So to Shane Harris, his second. Team's first. 34 seconds into this third quarter. Galliard off the glass, rattles around, falls out. Rebound smacked around. That's going to go in back bounds. Has Gretna saved it? You like that in back bounds?
It's different. You got to mix it up from time to time. It's going to go back to the Colonels, another inbound play. Watch out for the lob to Galliard here, Bob. This is one that the Colonels really like. Other teams have scouted it, though, too. Hawks do a nice job taking it away. They have to throw long. Altavista nearly lost the ball. Stone got a fingertip on it. Mormon with a circus layup. That's good. Mormon falls to the floor. 30-17. Colonels expanding the lead.
Looking for the elephants in the ringmaster on that one as Mormon really threw that from below the waist. Got it up off the window and in.
Hogan cutting to the hoop. Now a pass into the right corner to Corlin Witcher, but Witcher traveled, took too many steps. We see that again. It's a turnover. It's Colonel's ball. Already leading 30-17. 6:45 left to play in the third period. It's brought to you by English's, your complete home center.
This Gretna team is getting better and is going to continue to get better, but you've just got to really buy into the process.
No doubt about it. It's going to be a long process, too. There's going to be bumps in the road. Progress is rarely a straight line. They were trying for the lob alley-oop dunk, but the pass was off the mark to Poindexter. Malbeck made some contact with Stone as he was trying to make a steal from the backside there. That's a foul. It's the first one of the half on the Colonels. Second or third on Mateo Malbeck. Just a second.
No, let me ask you a question real quick. Well, actually, let's get back to it later. Stone's got it. He's going to fire from 3.
Back plate, no good. Galliard skies up to take the ball out of the air on the rebound. 6:25 left in the third period. Malbeck will jog it across the timeline. Colonels are in the front court scoring on the far basket. They lead 30-17. Malbeck catches right wing, cross-court pass to the left wing. Kicked away by the Hawks, but no whistle on the kick ball. Mormon will steal it right back for Altavista. Cross-court pass goes to Malbeck. He skies for the lay-in and is stopped and dropped to the hardwood. Shot never really even got out of his hands. It's a foul. He's going to the charity stripe with 6:05 left in the quarter. Pardon me.
Foul went against Shane Harris, his third, team second. You know, a lot of people talk about when a young team, if you just give them time, they're going to get better. But if that young team has more losses than wins, it's the psyche being hurt. It's the confidence being hurt. Your take on that? You coach and have?
My take is these kids are, I think, a lot stronger mentally than we as adults are. And I think they bounce back from things a lot quicker than the old guys and gals do. You know what it's like when you're a kid. You're happy-go-lucky. Yeah, you lose a ball game, but you're back at it the next day. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't take somewhat of a toll. Nobody likes to lose all the time.
Permission to play devil's advocate real quick?
Always granted for you. Oh, there's a steal by Malbeck at midcourt. Absolutely. In and out of traffic. Passes back to Adams. One more to Galliard. Galliard's fouled on his way to the right side of the iron. Can't finish the basket. Part of that was because of the foul. He'll go to the free throw line with 5:52 left in the third period. 32-17 Colonels on top. Gretna yet to score in the third period. Back to your point, you were going to make a counter argument.
Well, I mean, I was going to say, you know, I get what you're saying, but when those numbers get and you get into a situation that you've been in before with like 2 minutes and a half to go. We're up 6, but we squandered this lead 3 or 4 times. Does that climb back into your head? I get the mental toughness.
Oh, nice lob down low by Malback to find McClure. He couldn't finish from short range. Gretna going the other way with 5:40 left to play in the quarter, down 32-17. Yeah, sure it might, but, what's the alternative? I mean, if you could win the game, you could. There's nothing really you can do about it, I mean, nobody's going to intentionally lose games to build character. Here come the Colonels with some fast passing, but the ball bounced out of the hands of Poindexter. Up ahead to Hogan. He gets it to go from the left side. Nice job by Travis Hogan, and a good feed by Malik Stone to find it.
So what you're saying is, in the words of Jake Taylor, this is not the California Penal League ball.
That's right. I'm saying in the words of Bob Alvis, it is what it is.
Right.
One of your favorite sayings. 32-19. Colonels on top. It goes in the right-hand post to McClure. Went back outside to Malback. Now it's over left wing to Daquan Poindexter. Good passing there from the Colonels. Nice ball movement. McClure can't finish again from inside. Gretna in a hurry the other way. Stone in and out of traffic. Nice bounce pass feed to Miller, but he couldn't really capture it. Sort of went up in the air before he had the basketball. Colonels lead still at 32-19. This time McClure will get it to go from 2 feet away. 34-19 now. Altavista on top. Stone tried to blitz by Jacob Adams, and Adams bumped him in the body. It's a foul. Whistles blow with 4:32 left to play.
I think Adams felt that Stone initiated some of that. I think that's Adams' third, his second. Yeah, good Lord willing, we all give 110%. We're going to have more wins at the end of the day.
I love it. Cliche role. We need to add to that.
No wonder I'm not employed as a coach of any kind these days.
Well, here's a couple you can add to it. You got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and kick the can down the road. You also got to get some boots on the ground, too. Oscar Briggs loves that one. Here comes a pull-up jump shot from deep by Hicks. It won't go. Hogan's got an offensive rebound. That's tapped out of bounds by McClure. Give him credit for a block. Gretna's going to get to reset the offense with 4:20 left to play in the third quarter.
I haven't gotten to use one of my other favorites tonight. Augusta the burglar.
Oh, yeah. Bounce pass inside. Hogan finds a cutting Corlin Witcher. Gets the 2-pointer to go from the left side of the paint. Hawks punching back here. Malback tees up a dead-on 3-point try that went in and out, no good. We played exactly 4 minutes here in this third quarter. Stone's 3-pointer was too short. Long rebound captured by Galliard at the 3-point line. Headed the other direction, lost the basketball on the way down there in the offensive end. Colonel Crowd does not like the call. They say it went out of bounds off Galliard.
That's a great job by Stone, though, to get back. I mean, that was 3, maybe 4-on-1 for Altavista. Good job denying Stone the initial inbounds by Chancellor Mormon as well.
That's what I love about Stone, Bob. He's baseline to baseline, sideline to sideline. He's a complete player. Never really stops. Sometimes he throttles down to second or third gear, but he never stops. Another block by Galliard. Lawrence Galliard doing a number tonight. Here comes Bain coming down the left side of the lane. He had contact the entire way. The refs let him play on, but then when he was shoved to the deck and really just banged on pretty hard, they finally blow the whistle. Lance Bain was not in the act of shooting, they say. It's going to be an on-the-floor foul.
Stone was the trapeze artist on that one, came flying out of nowhere and got a piece of Bain. His first foul. Gretna's fourth as a team, so the team fouls are racking themselves up fairly quick. We're a little over midway through the third. Colonels lead by a baker's dozen.
3:20 left to play. Lance Bain for 3. Bang! He got it from the right wing. 37-21 now. Colonels extending the lead again. We'll see what kind of answer the Gretna Hawks have. It's a man-to-man defense for Altavista. Stone with a blow-by, but can't convert on the lay-in attempt. Corlin Witcher will muscle the ball back, and he can convert. 37-23. 3 minutes left in the third period. Play hasn't stopped in a while. Ball not going out of bounds very much either, Bob. We're getting a workout. Gallagher was trying to work his way around Witcher. Threw some contact and threw the ball to the goal. Shot doesn't fall. 2 shots coming up from the charity strike for Lawrence Galliard.
Galliard missed his last pair when he traveled to the free throw line in the early third. Hits that one. Altavista up 15. Two new faces in for Gretna, Dominic Meeks and Deshane Harris back in.
Yeah, they joined Stone, Hicks, and Witcher. Altavista is going to counter with Galliard, Malbeck, Mormon, Lance Bain, and Daquan Poindexter. Second free throw was no good, went out of bounds. Basketball is going to stay with Altavista. Now Traquan Farmer in the ball game now. He replaces Lawrence Galliard. 2:52 left in the Englishes, your complete home center. Third quarter. Full line of Carhartt apparel. Catch and shoot three from the right corner for Mormon. Rattles around on the rim for a while, but doesn't go in. Lance Bain has the rebound at the free throw line. Colonels will reset. Malbeck throws it near midcourt to Chancellor Mormon. He's a step inside the half-court stripe with 2:35 left in the third quarter. Altavista on top 15. Good ball movement there by Altavista for a moment. Pop passing. Now it's back in the hands of Mormon. They'll take some of the air out. Malbeck's going to step into a three-point try. No good. Daquan Poindexter got the rebound and then was whistled for, guess what else? A traveling violation. Too many steps.
I think the Colonels are really going to work in practice on Saturday and Monday before Dan River comes in on Tuesday.
Harris angling right, got inside of the paint for a moment, but dribbled back outside the three-point ring. Now he's attacking the front of the goal again. Shot was partially blocked by Malbeck, and then he got a rebound. Malbeck dribbles out of a double team. He's going to zigzag his way into the front court. One-hand baseball pass into the left quarter. Foul, not a foul. Poindexter went to the basket. I thought he was going to get fouled. Got a little bit ahead of the play. Whistles did not blow. Altavista will inbound. Baseline left. 2:02 left to play in the third quarter. They lead by 15.
Even though the Colonels are up 15, I just think there's been enough that Troy Harris is not liked tonight.
Right on cue, Coach Harris is going to burn a timeout. Let's take the timeout with them. 2:03 left to play in the third period. It's a 38-23 Altavista advantage on 105.5 KD Country.
Your truck, car, SUV needs are Highview Motors GMC has it all from small to tall. New to pre-owned, offering more than just GMC sales. Highview Motors GMC provides 24-hour towing, full-service body shop, state inspection, transmissions, everything in between. Highview Motors GMC, providing top quality service since 1961.
Motors, GMC.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels break the timeout huddle as we get set to return to action here from Gretna. 2:03 left in the third. Altavista bounces it in the left corner. Short pass finds Mateo Malbeck. He throws it near half court. Mormon has to scramble after it, and they're going to call a backcourt violation. Bob, it's always fly by the seat of your pants with me and you.
Oh, I think that's what we named the show, right?
That could be a good name for the show, the Fly by the Seat of Your Pants show.
You need to get a show.
Kyle.
I'll come on and be a guest.
All right. Monday morning on the DNX Motors Rise and Shine show. You be my guest.
What time?
Be there bright and early. 5:45 a.m.
Sorry.
Well, you can come in later on. Here comes Hicks coming into the lane. His shot actually hit the back of the backboard. It was partially blocked. Gretna will inbound underneath their own scoring basket. Josh McClure, the senior, checking back into the ball game for Altavista.
You know, very interesting when you think about it. You can shoot from behind the back of the backboard, hit the side of the glass, and that's not out of bounds.
Yeah, good point. Can't hit the top, though.
No.
You can't hit the support apparatus either. Got that reference in for Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs. 90 seconds left to play in the third period. Gretna trailing by 15 with the basketball in the home white jerseys. Harris scores nicely from the right side of the hoop. He really weaved his way in through the Colonel defenders pretty effectively. Cuts into the Altavista lead. It's 38-25 Colonels now. Malbeck catches, eyes the rim, doesn't shoot, instead passes, and it's in and out of the hands of Trey Farmer. Malik Stone into the front court, just right of center. Now he toes the right wing three-point line. That one just a little too short. Rebound by Harris. Puts up a floater. Won't go. Got his own rebound. He's just outside the left edge of the paint. He'll use a couple dribbles and race out to the far sideline. Here comes Dominic Meeks. Back to Harris. He'll circle the defense, gets to the top of the key. Colonel, high pressure, man-to-man defense, making it difficult for Gretna right at the moment. We're down to 42 seconds left. Harris got by Bain. Bain recovered. There's a walking violation again. Another traveling call. Gives the basketball to the Altavista Colonels with 39.4 seconds left in the quarter.
I think Gretna's glass work has gotten a lot better in the second half. They're getting a lot more second shots, and they're doing a lot better on the boards. Oscar Briggs trying to correct me earlier with the text saying guts of a cat burglar. If he would come to boxing events that I host, he would understand it's guts of a burglar. Gretna has them right there.
They do have it. They just ripped the basketball away. That was not so much of a cat burglar, more of a mugging at midcourt there by Malik Stone, who worked his way in for the steal. Basketball out of bounds. Gretna inbound on the baseline. Oscar Briggs noting that our broadcast sounds very clear tonight, due in part to our sound engineers, Eleanor and Katie. Stone's three-pointer was too long. McClure grabbed the air ball rebound. 20 seconds left in the third period. Colonel's probably going to look to hold for the last shot. Never know, though. We don't really see Altavista do that as much these days, but now that the clock is winding under 10 seconds, that's exactly the intention. Small back bump. The pass got thrown away. Stone has it near sideline. Three-pointer on the way from Malik Stone. In and out, no good. Bain grabs the rebound at the buzzer, and that'll end the third quarter. Altavista still holding on to the lead, 38-25. We've got one more period of regulation coming up on 105.5 KD Country.
The Altavista Office of Economic Development invites you to come find one of a kind with Altavista's unique shops, stores, and restaurants waiting for you. Personal service from local businesses. Jumpstart your business with the Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow with a variety of business loans available and supporting the Altavista Colonels basketball team. Good luck on another winning season.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Altavista leading over the Gretna Hawks, 38-25. Bobo, I just got a report that they're listening inside the 7-Eleven on Route 460 in Lynchburg. Shout out to everybody in there and anybody just filtering their way in and out the doors there to get what they need on a Friday night. Hopefully you're enjoying the basketball party on the radio. Colonel's getting the better of it right now, but Hawks not out of this thing.
Held the Hawks to single digits that quarter, though. Gretna's got to find out a way to score, and kind of like I talked about earlier with Altavista, you got to get them in clusters. I think Gretna really has to get them in clusters right now as well and trim this lead. I mean, I think if you're Gretna, now you've kind of got the clock game as well. 8 minutes to go, so a whole quarter. But I think you want to pick a minute mark to where I'd like to have the margin be X.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be a run of some kind. I mean, the Hawks can't afford to trade baskets, not with one period left, as you pointed out. They'll start the quarter with the basketball, though.
I'll start the clock game. I'd like to have it at 9 with 6 minutes to go.
Okay. Good stuff there from Bob Alvis, the high-level analysis. Jump stop by Deshane Harris. The shot attempt overshot the mark. Rebounded by Josh McClure. McClure really doing a number on the glass. He is around the basket. He's rebounding well, jumping well tonight. There's a foul on McClure as he was trying to get away from a couple Gretna defenders. 7:34 left to play in the fourth, and Deshane Harris has just picked up his fourth foul.
My analysis is only trying to fill the spectrum of Oscar Briggs, so I hope I can get one more game with this year before he becomes
some games with him.
Really a guest star.
Full court pressure from the Hawks. Altavista handles it pretty well for the most part.
Not a good foul.
Galliard was coming in from the right side, attacking the right edge of that basket, and he got held on the arms. The shot would not fall. It's the third foul on Corlin Witcher.
You know, when I used to play rec basketball back in the day, I never fouled, and my dad would always tell me, you know, make your fouls count if you're going to foul, and then I started becoming, you know, a fouling machine. I won't say goon.
I can just imagine you running around out there just head hunting against people. Good grief. What kind of example is that for your daughter?
I said I won't say I was a goon.
7:22 left to play in the fourth. Galliard missed both. The lead for Altavista will stay 38-25.
I really wanted my jersey retired when I scored my career high of 6 at Boonesboro, but it's still not up there yet.
Jumper from 10 feet along the left baseline won't fall for Corlin Wisher, but the Gretna Hawks have an offensive rebound. Back to your point, Bob, they're doing better on the offensive glass. Seem to be creating some second chance opportunities.
With Gretna, you've got to figure out a way to score. I don't think you have to do it quick, but I just think you've got to figure out a way to score. That foul is going to go against the Colonels.
An update from the Lady Colonels and Lady Hawks. Gretna on top 33-18. They're in the fourth quarter up there at Altavista.
I'm telling you, you cannot sneeze at anything Gretna does on that basketball court. Major Herb Daniel has got a very good squad. Very good squad.
Sure does. 6:50 left to play in this one here. Fourth quarter, presented by English's, your complete home center. Winter time, the perfect time for painting projects. Get Davis Paint.
I'm sorry, I'm stepping all over you. That was Mormon's third, by the way, as Altavista is going to go the other way with it.
Stone missed the three-pointer. Here comes Galliard coming down the right center of the lane. He scores 40-25. Good job by Lawrence Galliard. Great hustle. 6.5 left to play in the ball game now. Meeks, he'll drive across right to left of the lane. Gives it up now at Stone. Head fake, moves the shoulders, floats in. Finger roll off the window, won't go. Ball is loose. McClure fighting his way through a couple defenders. One Gretna defender hit the deck. That was Witchery. Pops up. He's okay. Mormon in and out of traffic and fouled now by Malik Stone. Malik Stone just got him with the hands as Mormon was turning right. This is a 1-and-1 shooting foul now because it's the 7th one that the Gretna Hawks have committed. Maybe the 8th. It is the 8th. Yep. It's the second on Stone. Comes with 6:06 left to play in the ball game. Altavista's up a full 15 now. Could be more here with Chancellor Mormon. Knocks down the first. Left-handed shooting senior is at a 60% clip from the charity stripes so far this year. Colonel's in the road, black jersey, scoring on the far basket this half. Mormon's second one on the way, looked very good, knocked it down. 42-25. Altavista does expand the lead. They're up to 17 now on the advantage. Stone walks it into the front court. Malik Stone, the senior, looks like he's breathing kind of heavy. Here's a timeout on the court by Brian Chitwood, the head coach of the Gretna Hawks. We'll take 30 seconds of the timeout with him. 5:55 left to play in the fourth period. Altavista on top, 42-25 on 105.5 KD Country.
841-1580. That's the number to know this winter when your heat pump is in trouble. D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling is the name to know for all your heating and air issues. Call 841-1580 to get Donnie and his team to your house or business fast. 841-1580. That's 434-841-1580. D.L. Bryant Heating and Cooling. The name to know this winter. The number to know, 841-1580.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
We return to Gretna High School. Just under 6 minutes to play in our ball game here, and the Colonels on top by 17, 42-25. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He is beautiful Bob Alvis, the man who always outkicks his coverage and plays with house money. Bob, so glad you could join me tonight. You're going to be busy when we get into the postseason, later stages of the year, I think, and it's going to be fun having you on.
Well, my
agent
more. Tells me.
Yes, yeah. We go through your agent. We can't call Bob directly. It's been years since we've been able to do that. Gretna took the time out there. Any messages you think Brian Chitwood had for his ball club?
Not do that. Foul away from the basketball. Will go against the Hawks.
I think it might have been number 5, Dalen Miller. Got tangled up with Jacob Adams for the Altavista Colonels. Yep.
My second message would be, well, that's Miller Sports, by the way.
Yeah.
19 foul, so really at this point, Altavista is going to be shooting 2 the rest of the way. That was player control. My other message is score. We got to find a way to get some buckets. If I'm Brian Chitwood in that huddle, wow, Malbeck underneath tried to circus, but that ball would have had to go up through the net, then come out. Ball was knocked out of bounds right there.
Yeah, it might have touched the sideline there. It is a mad dash for it over here. Chaos on the basketball court. The Hawks managed to get possession somehow. And Dwan Hicks fouled at the free throw line. He was not in the act of shooting, and it's just the fourth team foul this half for Altavista. It's just the first one on number 30, Josh McClure.
Tell you what, I like Brian Chitwood's demeanor, though. Down 17, and he has not stopped coaching. And that's another thing you have to do with a young squad, and hasn't stopped working the officials either, which I think is a good thing. It shows he hasn't quit.
Stone got to the basket, but Altavista recovered. They were able to block it away. I think I just saw Jacob Adams telling Stone that I was the one that got my hands on the shot. Now it's in the corner to Hicks right in front of us. Stepped out of bounds. Official had a good look at that one there. It's a turnover for the Gretna Hawks. Altavista will face some more full court pressure with 5:12 left to play in the fourth quarter. Malbeck has it far sideline. Now he throws it 40 feet across to the left sideline. They break the pressure into the front court as Jacob Adams. Catch and shoot on the way, three on the way from McClure, and he knocks it down. That gives the Altavista Colonels a 20-point advantage, 45-25. We're under 5 to play here in the ball game. Biggest lead of the night so far for Altavista. Three-pointer no good from the Gretna Hawks. Jacob Adams and Mormon sort of combined to the rebound for Altavista. McClure feeling it, going to fire again. This time it's off the side of the iron, no good from the left wing. Miller beats the defense down, counts the basket, and he's fouled. Possibly some new life here for the Gretna Hawks as Dalen Miller gets to the side of the basket in a hurry. 4:36 left to play in the ball game. It's Mateo Malbeck's third. It's the 15th foul on the Altavista Colonels. Dalen Miller is just a freshman, Bob.
Yep.
More youth, more excitement, more things to look forward to for the Gretna Hawks. The free throw's no good. Hawks have an offensive board, though. They're bouncing inside back to Miller. Hogan's going to set up for three, and that's good. Here come the Gretna Hawks all of a sudden. Got it back down to a 15-point deficit. More full court pressure on the way. Altavista handles it. Lance Bain, spin move, lost the ball momentarily, recaptured, but they called that a traveling violation when he did go back and get it.
I don't think Brian Chitwood or any of the other Gretna faithful are buying into our we're going to be good in a couple of years.
Yeah, I don't think
I mean, they want us to get some wins now. It's a 15-point lead for the Colonels, but Gretna cutting into that margin a little bit as they're going to call a traveling violation on Travis Hogan. Don't think he's any relation to the Hawkster.
You never know, but I have a feeling that you're right. They're about midway through this fourth quarter. Colonels lead by 15. It was as much as a 20-point lead. They started out with an 8-0 advantage to open this game. Malbeck, bullet pass, finds Traquan Farmer inside, and Farmer gets his first points of the game. There's a whistle that will stop play. I think the official sees that Dominic Meeks is a little hurt and banged up. Going to give him a second to catch his breath. They're kind of favoring the left leg just a little bit. Brian Chitwood's going to come out there and take a look at it. We've got 3:55 left to play in the ball game. We'll keep it right here for a moment, Bob.
Always get antsy when we're on the floor, though. Always.
I know you do.
Keep my head up. I wouldn't go that far because I don't want to mock the people that have that as a true condition. But let me take you back since you were not there.
Well, it was a traumatic incident. But go ahead. Fill us in on what happened. This is at least 10 years ago now, right?
Yeah, something like that.
2017. Yeah, it's probably 9 or 10 years ago.
I believe it was against West Point, if I'm not mistaken. Oscar and I are doing the game. Aaron Rohn, out of all the people on the floor, I've got to get hit by the guy that's going to go to play tight end or linebacker at Richmond.
Right.
Oscar was very helpful. Stood up and is going to catch the guy. Well, Oscar was going to, catch his feet, I guess. So then Roan knocks me down, knocked the KD Country headset out of commission. I don't think we ever sent the bill in for that one. And Johnny Wimbush, the only person that said, "Are you okay?"
Classy move there by Johnny Wimbush. He's a great guy. A former Colonel star on the gridiron and the basketball court. Harris went up from about 10 feet, right portion of the lane, but the shot wouldn't go. Here comes a bounce pass from Malbeck to find Adams. Adams trying to get to the hoop, baseline right, tied up. It's a jump ball, a possession arrow favoring the Colonel. So it'll stay with them with 3:33 left in the ball game.
We need to get some of those old classics.
We do.
And I've got some. I do. So that's part on me. Remember that day when we did the 6 games all in one day?
Oh, bounce pass into Malbeck on the inbound play. Very well designed, and Mateo Malbeck gets 2 points from the right side of the hoop. Here's a timeout on the court for, no, it's a foul. It's a foul away from the basketball. It's a technical foul is what it is. It's a technical foul on somebody from the Gretna Hawks.
Nope,
or no? No, it's on.
It's a double.
It's a double technical. Okay.
It's on Miller, his 5th,
and Jacob
Adams. That's got to be at least his.
It was his 4th. It was his 4th. They showed it up there. It's a double technical. They're not going to shoot any free throws.
Interesting timing, because you wait until I don't know if I would say things are getting chippy. I'm not that close to it, but 3:25 to go. Now I've got to believe there's been some chatter before tonight, but I guess the referees must have deemed that as harmless.
Malik Stone, step back NBA range three-pointer would not fall from the right wing. It's rebounded outside the three-point ring by Chancellor Mormon. Bullet pass into the right corner, Lance Payne. Oh, Lane with a nice over-the-top dish to feed Gilbert down low, and Gilbert fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair with 3:06 left to play. Colonels lead by 19.
Fouls on Kanaz Moon.
Man, I've seen just a little back and forth, some chattering. Nothing really physical, though. And
I mean, I'm not being critical. I'm just making a point.
And I
think misses the first.
I think your point is very valid. And maybe it wasn't even anything physical over there on the far sideline, just too much discussion between the two parties, and the referee wanted to put a stop to it. Gilbert's second one will not fall. It's tapped around by both teams for a moment. Stone's going to race out of there with it. He high steps across the midcourt stripe to the hoop. Made some serious contact with Mateo Malbeck. Malbeck got popped in the chin. Malik Stone is the one that's going to go to the free throw line, though. Malbeck never really had the feet set there, though, so you probably can't blame the official on that call, even though Mateo Malbeck a little worse for wear after the impact.
Well, seldom have I seen an official call the blocking foul and point to the chin. Like he drew the charge with the chin.
Got him with the, yeah.
49-31, by the way, Altavista up 18 with 2:59 to go.
It's the 7th team foul in the Colonels, so that'll help the Gretna Hawks' slim comeback attempts.
Everybody's shooting the rest of the way.
Yeah. Nice rebound by Christian Gilbert. He had to wrestle it away from a couple Gretna defenders. Brian Chitwood doesn't agree with the call there. He gave the referee an earful as they ran down into the front court. Colonels in the black road jersey scoring on the far basket.
And the double bonus as well, by the way. All the way to the hole. Mormon gets it up, can't get the fall. Second try will earn him 2 at the stripe. Foul against the Hawks. 2:36 to go. Altavista up by 18, so it looks like the streak may continue.
At least for one more game anyway. Of course, the teams will meet later on in the season. Colonels have 2 ball games scheduled for next week. First one at home against Dan River. Chancellor Mormon misses the first free throw there. 2:36 left to play in the ball game. Trayvon Jones in the game now for Altavista. They lead by 18. Gretna's in action at Nelson on Tuesday, Bob, and that could be a chance to get a victory there. Nelson going through some struggles themselves. Oscar and I saw them earlier. Governors have some good players, but they're young too. There's a blocking foul on Lance Payne. He got in the way of Deshane Harris as Harris scores and is fouled. A chance for the three-point play.
Tough place to play.
Nelson
Yes,
or here?
sir. Yeah, well,
I thought you
everywhere.
meant- I thought you meant here because bodies were flying all over the
Everywhere
place.
if you're on the road.
We've seen a lot of contact tonight. The referees have called a lot of fouls, but they've also let a lot of things go as well.
Fouls against Bain.
That free throw
Gretna
no
gets
good.
the board.
Yeah, Deshane Harris got his own rebound on this free throw. Jump pass over to the far sideline, gets to Stone. Stone got stripped away by Farmer, and the ball is just resting on the floor. Stone picks it up. He'll fire one from the left corner. No good. Trying to race down his own rebound again. Nope. Chancellor Mormon got there first. Mormon zigzags right out of traffic. He'll get to the right sideline now, slow things down. Throttles back with 2:05 left to play in the ball game. Altavista on top, 49-33. It's in the hands of Trayvon Jones. He goes to Traquan Farmer. Farmer, the leaner, going away from the basket, won't fall. We're under 2 minutes to play. It's a Gretna rebound. They trail. Hogan lost the ball as he tried to go through the teeth of the Colonel's D. Bain will not get it to go with the right-hand finish. It's looking like a street ball game now. Witcher misses from point-blank range. Got his own rebound. He does shovel that one to the hoop and get it to go. It's not pretty. It's not textbook right now, but it's the game that's happening.
Not going in the time capsule of this is what we want to do, I think, if you're either coach, honestly.
No. Gilbert, just outside the right edge of the paint, thought about a shot, gave it up instead. It's over to Trayvon Jones. Jones picks up the dribble. A bounce pass to Traquan Farmer. Farmer will get the leaner to go this time. Count the basket and one. 51-35. Colonel's on top.
Just getting ready to say the Colonel should think about ponies, puppies, everything in the world but shooting the basketball. And that is the 5th foul on Witcher. His night is done.
Witcher is fouled out. Dalen Miller already fouled out for the Gretna Hawks. So the foul problems mounted up for Gretna, and that certainly affected their comeback try. We've got 1:14 left to play in the ball game. The writing's on the wall. The Colonels are going to win this one. Just a question by how much. Here comes the senior, Trey Farmer, trying for the three-point play. Can't get the freebie to go. Stone has the rebound. He'll bring it up the left sideline. Now angles to the middle, gets into the paint. The finger roll would not fall down into the bucket. Skips off the front iron. 60 seconds left in our contest. Trayvon Jones to the hoop. Shot never got there. Traquan Farmer gets the offensive board.
Now I would expect the Colonels maybe not to take another one.
They've got the floor overloaded to the right. Now they'll spread things out just a little bit. Jones trying to run away from Deshane Harris, who's mugging him tightly. There's a timeout by head coach Troy Harris. Looks like a 60-second timeout. We'll take 30 seconds of it with them. Altavista on top, 51-35, under 1 minute to play here from Gretna High School on 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial of Altavista offers mobile welding and repair services, fully equipped service trucks, certified craftsmen, and quick response to satisfy your needs. Contact PCM Industrial at powerconstruction.com. PCM Industrial is a fully insured Class A licensed contractor, OSHA and MSHA compliant. PCM Industrial Services of Altavista wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista Colonels basketball team good luck in another winning season.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Kyle and Bob back with you on 105.5 KD Country. If you're tuned in at kdcountry.com, thank you so much for that. And, of course, Bob just downloaded the new KD Country app. You're going to be listening to us even more now.
So Josh Brown did, too.
Josh Brown.
Eleanor helped him out with step-by-step instructions. So
it's a team effort. It's
a
collaborative
It takes
effort.
a village.
It does. Especially when we're in the village.
Right.
We might be considered the village idiots.
You mentioned Dan River coming in on Tuesday. I talked with my friend Jerry Eccles down there in Ringgold, one of the major Wildcats fans. Dan River's last game played December 19th.
Wow. And you thought
so that's
Gretna
almost a full month.
Yeah, you thought Gretna had a long layoff. Hawks, this is the first time they've been out since December 28th, but the 19th is something else. Colonels on top, 51-35. It doesn't look like they really have intentions to score. Just working the ball around the perimeter. Scratch that. Bain got underneath and went up, and he got jumped on by a couple Gretna Hawks. You can pick either Deshane Harris or Travis Hogan as far as who you want to give that foul to. And look at that. I was wrong. It was on John Tate Lipford, number 15.
How many times has that happened with us, either one of us?
What, did we make a mistake?
Yes. Well, on a foul.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say we make mistakes. Gosh, at least a couple times a minute. Bain's first free throw will not fall down. Just 15.2 seconds left in the ball game. Subway post-game show is on after this. We'll try and grab some scores from some other games. Looks like Amherst has got a slim lead over LCA at the moment. We'll look around the area, too. Bob and I will have fun in the post-game show.
9 seconds left.
Hogan going to study the defense. He'll trigger from 25 feet. Pass or shot was on the mark, but too strong. A buzzer beater try from Kinez Moon will not go. And that brings the conclusion to our ball game. Colonels win 52-35. Subway post-game show on the way when you return with us to 105.5 KD Country.
'Tis the season for Napa Auto Parts to say thank you to their customers for another great year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Napa employees Mike, Mary, Whitey, Richard, Johnny, Kevin, Kenny, Jim, and Jamie. For the best quality auto parts at the best prices, come to Napa Auto Parts. They appreciate your business. At Napa, they're looking forward to serving you in 2017. Napa will be open a half-day Christmas Eve on Main Street, Altavista. You can buy paint from any old yahoo who knows nothing about paint in one of those big box stores. For quality paint from people who really know paint, it's Davis Paints from your complete home center, English's. Davis Paints, which has been known for quality since 1921, is not just sold anywhere. Visit the new paint room at English's, your authorized Davis Paint dealer.
English's is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-inch sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway post-game show is here. The Colonels have arrived with a 52-35 victory over their rival, the Gretna Hawks. It was a good ball game. The Hawks really made a battle of it in the second and third quarters, and then Altavista seemed to put their foot on the gas and pull away in the fourth quarter. I'm Kyle. He's Bob. Bob's totaling up some scores right now. We've got some scores from around the area. Prince Edward beat Central Lunenburg. Colonels, by the way, in a scheduling note, are looking to remake it up. They're going to remake it up. They're looking to make up that game that got snowed out against Prince Edward on January the 30th. We'll update you more on that. The schedule next week is at home Tuesday against Dan River, and then Friday on the road at Rustburg. Looks like the Brookville Bees are leading the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers in the fourth quarter. Amherst was up over LCA in the fourth quarter, and the Altavista Lady Colonels fell to Gretna at home earlier on tonight. Those updates courtesy of our dear friend Dave Mabry up there. I know Chancellor Mormon's mom and that whole crew probably tuned in before or after that game finished so they could hear how the boys wrapped up. It was a good win tonight for Altavista, 52-35, and Bob, probably just what the doctor ordered after the tough loss the other night against Appomattox.
Absolutely. I would totally concur with that statement. Get back on a good note. And now you're going to catch a team that hasn't played in almost a month. on Tuesday, but this just in, Dan Rivers still pretty good.
Sure, absolutely. And it's, I guess if you got to catch them, maybe that's the best time. I mean, you'd probably prefer early in the season because, let's be honest, they haven't played in a month, but they've certainly been practicing. They probably had to sit out some days because of the snow, like everybody. But
I don't think Kenny Murphy had tryouts again, though.
No.
I think they kept the same team.
Yeah. Starting lineup's probably still intact and everything. And we know Dan Rivers got a lot of great ball players. But let's wrap up talking about this one. It was a great night on the glass for Altavista. They got out-rebounded Wednesday night against Appomattox. They got out-rebounded the week before against Rustburg as well. They certainly won the rebounding battle here tonight. McClure was everywhere. He had double-digit rebounds in this one. And in double figures, I believe this is going to end up being, I know Bob hasn't totaled it up yet, but I think this is going to end up being McClure's second double-double of the year. And maybe you'd expect a little bit more from the senior, but he's had a couple nights where he's been limited points-wise, and then some other nights, like the game against Tunstall, he scored 27, but he only got 6 rebounds. We digress. It was a Colonel's victory in this one tonight, 52-35. Subway post-game show continues and concludes right after this quick timeout. We'll bring it back with some stats, some players of the game. Bob and I will try and have a little bit more fun before we ride off into the sunset here from Gretna. Glad you could join us on a Friday night. Colonel's win over the Hawks. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
Save your money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new used vehicle of Feller's and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
This game is brought to you by the proud supporters of the KD Country Sports Club.
El Cerrito. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only El Cerrito can serve up.
The Medicine Shop, a full-service pharmacy on Main Street in Altavista, and carrying a complete line of Carolina booze.
One Stop Mart, Main Street, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
The Dairy Freeze, hot dogs, burgers, fries, and of course, ice cream. Do it right at the Freeze on Main Street.
Radio Shack and Crystal Bay Pools, serving your area since 1989 for swimming pool installations, chemicals, liners, and more.
Tonight's game brought to you by the KD Country Sports Club on 105.5.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway post-game show wrapping up. I'm Kyle. Bob Alvis giving everybody a hard time about the Dallas Cowboys. It sounded like you were going to give Josh Brown a hard time. He's a Cowboys fan. He was tuned in earlier. We had a lot of fans here tonight listening and in the building.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're a Packers fan, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Jordy Nelson out on Sunday, so that gives Dallas a little bit of a leg up. But, hey, what do I know about football or basketball for that matter? I just wandered around tonight and found a game and walked right in. I didn't even know you were going to be here. That's the funny thing about it. Final score, Colonels 52, Gretna 35. Let's go over some final numbers. For Altavista, Josh McClure finished with 15. Lawrence Galliard had 11. Mateo Malbeck with 9. Lance Bain with 7. 6 points from Chancellor Mormon and 4 points from Traquan Farmer. On the other side, Travis Hogan had 13 for Gretna. Malik Stone with 8. 6 points apiece from Deshane Harris and Mr. Corlin Witcher. And a 2-point bucket from Dalen Miller gives the Hawks a total of 35. Colonels, though, come out on the better end, and they will host Dan River, who has not taken the court since the 19th of December.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Balanced scoring there for both teams. For the most part, it's a little top-heavy there I don't know. McClure with